10 years of experience. Finding fish is 10 times more important than adjusting floats or choosing bait. 5 methods to precisely locate fish nests. Anglers often say, if there's no fish in the water, all skills are just empty talk. It sounds plausible, but think deeper. If you can't even find where the fish are, no matter how good your bait or how skilled you are at adjusting floats, it's all in vain. When it comes to fishing, you need fish first before you can talk about catching them. Today, let's discuss the tricks to finding fish. Mastering these will at least save you half the unnecessary struggles. 1. First, observe when you reach the water. Fish traces can't be hidden. If there are fish in the water, they'll definitely leave some signs. It just depends on whether you know how to spot them. The most obvious are fish bubbles. When fish swim and forage at the bottom, they stir up mud, and bubbles from the bottom rise up in strings. These are fish bubbles. Crucian carp bubbles are small and dense, while carp bubbles are large and scattered, easy to tell apart at a glance. If fish are active near the surface, it's even more obvious. Some fish slap the water with their tails, splashing small waves. Others make gentle ripples spreading across the surface, called fish ripples. Especially in the early morning or evening, fish love to move in shallow waters. Look closely at the surface, and you might even catch a glimpse of a fish's back flashing by. Check the aquatic plants along the shore too. Reeds and water hyacinth beds are favorite hiding spots for fish. Places with plenty of aquatic plants offer both shelter and food, so fish schools are sure to gather there. If the water surface is bare and the bottom is flat, the chance of finding fish is much lower. Even if the water is a bit murky, spotting these traces means there are likely fish nearby. 2. Calm down and listen. Fish movements can be heard. Sight alone isn't enough, you need to use your ears too. Find a quiet spot to sit and listen carefully to the sounds by the water. Fish eating aquatic plants make a soft crunch crunch noise. Fish swimming through grass create a rustling sound. Sometimes a fish leaping out of the water with a plop clearly tells you there are fish here. Once, when fishing at a reservoir, I couldn't find a good spot at first, so I sat on the shore smoking. Suddenly, I heard a gurgle in the reeds. Listening closely, it sounded like fish rooting in the mud. I quickly moved there to set up a bait, feeding spot, and within half an hour, I caught a carp over 2 catties. So don't just stare at your float while fishing, sometimes your ears work better than your eyes. 3. Lean in and smell. Fishy odors hold clues. This trick might be new to some, but it's really practical. Especially in shallow near-shore areas, if small fish dart around, squat down and smell the air. Places with many fish have a faint fishy scent, not strong, but detectable with careful attention. A stronger fishy smell means denser fish schools. This is because fish secretions and excrement give the water a unique odor. Where there are many small fish, big fish are likely to come to feed, making the smell stronger. Conversely, if there's no fishy scent by the water and the surface looks too clean, it's probably a dead spot. Better move on early. 4. Open your mouth and ask fellow anglers. Save time and learn experience. In unfamiliar waters, the most direct way is to ask local anglers. Most anglers are friendly, offer a cigarette, chat a bit, and they might tell you where fish are biting and when. Last time I traveled for work, I took time to fish by a river. I asked an elderly angler, who guided me to cast at an eddy bay, and I caught 7 or 8 Crucian carp that morning. There's a trick to asking, don't start with "Are there fish here?" Instead, praise their catch first, then ask, "This is a great spot, where do you usually fish most?" Be polite, and they'll be happy to share, saving you from aimless exploration. 5. Roll up your sleeves and test. Check water temperature and terrain. The previous methods are about observing others, this one requires action. First, test the water temperature. Cast a lead weight to your chosen spot, wait 3-5 seconds, lift it up, and feel it in your palm. If it feels cool but not freezing, the water temperature is around 16-20 degrees C, the most active temperature for fish. If it's icy cold, below 15 degrees Celsius, fish are likely in deep water. If it feels neutral, above 22 degrees Celsius, fish may be in shallow waters or shaded areas. Next, test the bottom. Cast around your spot without a hook to feel the seabed. A steady drop of the lead weight means a flat bottom. Uneven depths or snags indicate a bumpy bottom with rocks or dead branches, prime hiding spots for fish. If you pull up aquatic plants or rotten leaves while testing the bottom, that's an even better sign. Quickly set up your bait here, and you won't go wrong. Find the right fish nest, and you're halfway to success. After all, fishing is like finding someone to play chess with. You need to know where your opponent is first. Anglers who always say no fish means nothing works just haven't mastered the tricks to finding fish. Mastering these observe, listen, smell, ask, test methods will give you confidence by the water, knowing where to cast instead of relying on luck. Years of fishing don't equal experience. The key is to be attentive. Even if you're new to fishing, as long as you're willing to observe and think, you'll quickly understand fish habits. When wild fishing, don't rush to set up a bait. Use these methods to find fish nests, and you might soon experience the thrill of catching fish in streaks. Only when you find the fish does the real joy of fishing begin. About the author: I'm a fishing enthusiast and content creator who loves sharing tips. Follow me to exchange fishing skills and discuss the little details of wild fishing. Give a like, save this post, and follow to never miss future updates.